EA Sports is proud to bring you coverage of PGA Tour golf. Today from 17 Mile Drive on the Monterey Peninsula and historic Pebble Beach golf links. Rich Lerner, so pleased to be joining you here today, and by my side in the tower, as always, is Frank Nobilo. And Frank, when I look to my right, over the Monterey Peninsula toward the Pacific Ocean, I always think this is what they mean when they sing from sea to shining sea. Pebble Beach never does disappoint.
It has to be on everybody's wish list. I don't really care what level of your standard of play is. The best players in the world want to play here, and I have friends really that just took up the game, for example, like a year ago, and that's always where they want to go. Can I get a round at Pebble Beach?
Even if you have to use the 3-wood off the tee at the first, the key to this round is going to be finding fairways, and he's done just that. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notah Begay III.
111 left to the hole. Pin is very accessible here, right in the center of the green.
In my book, that's a good shot. You could really aim at the middle of just about every single green. If you did it all day long, some of those would finish up close, and you'd have plenty of birdie putts.
Yes, very well read. To 1 under now for the day. Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich. Off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
Getting set from 145 yards away. Yeah, sensational shot here, on and 2 on the par 5, and Frank, a good look at eagle.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Rich. 2 good shots into this par 5, and a chance to be more than well rewarded.
Oh yeah, it is a dream beginning to the round. A birdie at 1, now an eagle here at the second. How about 3 under through 2 holes and just getting started. On to the 397-yard par 4 third, where some players drive it over the trees on the left to cut the dogleg, while others play it more conventionally. Yeah, this not a terribly long hole, so precision off the tee is the key, and the iron is the right call there. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
122 is the number. and the pin on the left portion of the green.
Here we go.
It was a good strike. I could tell that by the sound as the ball came off the club face. That little bounce and check. Well done.
Oh, stay hot. What an opening three-hole stretch. Birdie, eagle, birdie, 4 under before he even gets to the 4th tee. Well, this is where Pebble Beach starts to look like Pebble Beach in all its glory and magnificent beauty. It's only 333 yards. Off the tee, you can hit driver, maybe make an eagle, knock it up on the green. We have seen guys do that. Or you can play it safe, long iron off the tee. Either way, you're thinking 3 at 4.
Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
Should make this about 80% of the time. It's for birdie. Oh man, has he got it working today, Frank. A birdie at the 4th. That pushes him to 5 under through his first 4 holes. We arrive now at the 189-yard par 3 called the New Fifth. Despite being redesigned by Jack Nicklaus late last century, safest play here is to the left center of the green. Yeah, solid shot right there, and it'll be a good look at birdie here at number 5. Now this for another birdie. Got it there, but not quite on target. That so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Frank, here we are, another good scoring opportunity, the dramatic par 5 6th.
It's easy to have that view of Stillwater Cove on the right, but that, needless to say, is not the place to go. Those 5 bunkers down the left really determine your strategy off the tee. Plus, you're playing from elevation, nearly 20 yards extra off the tee. So that run out at 360 at the end of the fairway, believe me, that's in play.
And this one gonna settle into the bunker off the tee. Want to make sure you catch this cleanly. His second to the par 5. has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5, Frank. Got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot. I'm loving this round of golf. More shots, more touch. Another great one there.
Okay, that nothing more than a tap-in, and that's how this round has gone. Just a sensational display so far. Moving on to the 106-yard par 3-7, one of the most beautiful holes in the world. Craggy rocks, blue skies, and the beckoning Pacific beyond. Absolutely breathtaking. Tell you what, I've enjoyed watching this display all day long. We hear the phrase in football, ball control. It applies to what we've seen here from this player. That is an outstanding display of ball control. Okay, little two-footer for birdie, not a problem, and that was well played. Now to one of the most picturesque par 4s in the world, the 8th hole here at Pebble Beach. Jack Nicklaus, who won the U.S. Open here, called it simply the greatest second shot to a par 4 anywhere in the world. Yeah, very controlled shot there with the iron on this short par 4. And that's going to be just fine. Frank, just the visuals on this second shot to number 8, mind-boggling.
Yeah, this is really where Pebble Beach attracts the best players in the world. Sitting on top of that hill, and you look at this green that angles away from the player on the player's right. Plus, you actually have to look at the putting surface. There's only a small area of flat surface. If you come up, anything sort of 5 or 6 yards short on that putting surface, it will come off. But also, too, you can, if you have a little bit of local knowledge, don't tell too many people, but you can use the back edge of the green too to roll the ball back.
Chance now for another birdie. Nah, missed it left. That's a letdown. Disappointment there. We'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. 2019 U.S. Open number 9 was the hardest hole on the golf course. Frank, give yourself certainly a good crack at 4 by hitting the fairway.
And that's all you wanted to do in 2019. It's fine to say all too, but having to hit the left side of this fairway just to keep it in play, and then once again hit into, I know we say this a lot here, but a very narrow green and a very small green, but this time with a long club. Oh, that's a great tee shot. I know it doesn't count as a fairway hit, but when you're that far down there, the first cut is absolutely fine.
I like the looks of this one.
A little short, little left, but inside 10 feet, so even I can't really criticize that.
He's been automatic on this front side. This for birdie. Nothing to it. Well done. It's a birdie here at the 9th. Hope you're enjoying this little stroll along Carmel Bay, and the golf is as good as the view. This 10th hole is 444 yards. I would tell you that it is the widest fairway at Pebble Beach. It is, but it doesn't feel that way because of the way it slopes left to right, and if you're not careful, this one can get away from you and head toward that Pacific. I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect and a good result as well. So from a little more than 70 yards, this is second. Okay, it's not stone dead, but that's not too bad. Now this for another birdie. Yeah, walk that one right in. That's a good putt. And it's in for a birdie. Well, this is where Pebble Beach changes significantly. We're going away from the Pacific Ocean now, up the hill toward the forest, Frank. What do you think of the 11th hole?
Well, it's tricky, Rich. Number one, because it's blind, as you've detailed, but uphill and it's sea level, so that tee shot's not going to go that far. There is a run out down that left side, just inside the tree line there. That's about 308 yards, but you're not going to go that far. So really, this you have to respect this hole. Just hit a fairway finder.
Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony and a great result in the fairway. So the great tee shot left him here, now his second from relatively close range. Yep, played that nicely. That'll work out just fine. Birdie putt now moving to his right. Yes, very methodically done, and that one in for a birdie. And now we arrive at the 202-yard par 3 12. Best to work the ball right to left, landing as softly as possible on one of the firmest greens at Pebble Beach. That was obviously well struck, but it came in a little too hot, and that one's going to run out and leave him a much longer birdie putt than he would have hoped for. Get up. Get there. And that's really good. That put on the brakes just a little short, or he might have dropped that in. That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Frank, the 13th hole doesn't get as much fanfare as some of the more picturesque par 4s here at Pebble Beach. Just curious, what do you think of this 13th hole?
I think it's a good hole, Rich, because it rewards you. You can certainly make three here. I remember when Tony Jacklin actually made an eagle here, but it's very easy to mess up, purely because they added those three bunkers in on the right side that start at 260 yards and finish at just over 290 yards. What that has done to this hole is actually shrunk the fairway to just 35 yards wide. Well, that one's finished in the first cut. It's going to be a little bit harder to spin it from there with a little bit of grass around the ball, but still not too bad.
I think I'll be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. We arrive now at the 582-yard par 5 14th. It is one of the hardest holes on the PGA Tour, year in, year out. This is a bear. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked. Normally they stick a tee in one end and a flag in the other. You're advanced the way. But that second shot on this par 5, that completely took the green out of play. Airmailed. That is a big mistake.
Oh, this is where putting may not have been the best idea from there. This is past the hole, and it'll go off the other side of the green. Just 5 feet left. Boy, nothing seems to faze this guy. He's been rock solid all round long, and he comes away with a par. You may have heard of the 17-mile drive near Pebble Beach. It's scenic. It is one you absolutely want to put on your bucket list, but you don't want to get there by chasing a tee shot onto the road. That's what can happen if you blow it way right here at 15, if you do keep it in play. At 393 yards, this 15th hole is absolutely one on which you can make a birdie. Oh, this is a big chance, but it's looking good. Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. Oh yeah, what a putt there. A second eagle of the round, no less. He has been on his game so far. We now begin one of the most beautiful stretches of finishing holes in all of golf, the March to the Sea at Pebble Beach, starting with a 400-yard par 4 16th. Key here, carry the island bunker. And this, not the longest hole players will encounter, so just an iron off the tee and it works out to perfection. Perfect spot to play this second, middle of the fairway.
It was a good shot coming in here. I know it's a little long, but still inside that 10-foot circle is always good, and even money, really, to make birdie.
Yeah, can't take those for granted. Good concentration there, and it's in for a birdie. 17th hole here at Pebble Beach, all about history and all about beauty. Frank, what's the best way to make that 3 and get onto that 18th tee?
Well, first of all, it depends where the flag is cut, on the right side or the left side, because really this green is like a figure 8 on a 45-degree angle. On the left side, it's a much longer carry, and you've got to really hit your tee shot properly to make the ball carry that bunker and stop in time. On the right side, you can see, you go with a shorter club and the target is bigger.
Okay, safely aboard. Chance now for another birdie.
This is a very straight putt, but it will be fast. So you got to be careful not to run this by if it wanders offline.
Nope. That, so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Well, you're not just playing the 18th hole at Pebble Beach, are you? You're taking a moment to soak it all in. Stand on that tee box, look out at the Pacific Ocean, think about what's happened here, who's played this hole, who's made history here, and then you let it rip. Ooh, some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch. Definitely within range of getting home in two. This, his second. Man, Frank, it is one thing to stack pars on a scorecard, but eagles, this is an incredible performance.
Well, I'm used to birdie feasts, but eagle feasts? I didn't think you could do that.
Come on, another eagle on the round. And this will wind up an absolutely mind-blowing round of 57.